Hello. I am coming at you with a newly shaved head. I am very excited about it, and I actually just got back from a walk. I did some work on the backyard because if you haven't been following, I actually had a tree that fell in my backyard. So I was back there just cleaning up because I think the landlord's going to come by in the next few days. And then a shower, I'm moisturized, I'm looking like a glossy egg, hence the filter. And then I threw on a pair of hoops just so I felt a little cuter. I don't really feel like putting makeup on and all of that right now. But I wanted to talk about why I shaved my head. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I started losing my hair in September of last year after getting COVID. And I think part of me was so overcome by the feeling of not really sure what to do and how to come out of that. I feel like I was kind of tied to my gray hair at that point and felt like such a unique relationship to it, even though in the past, if you followed me on Instagram, you'll probably understand this, but in the past I've had many different hairstyles. I had a half shaved head for many years, 10 years. I had a fade. I've also shaved my head previously. I actually shaved my head 8 years ago to tomorrow for International Women's Day. And I realized that because I was looking for content. I wanted to see if I could find another video of me shaving my head and just so I could have it, because I sadly did shave my head on camera and then lost the video. Whatever, it's a long story. Anyway, but I found out that I had filmed that 8 years ago and it was on International Women's Day, which is tomorrow. So it's kind of funny that it happened 8 years later. But I was going through a lot of emotional ties around my gray hair. And so when I started losing my hair, it kind of spiraled. And I immediately didn't think about trying to shave my head again. It didn't it didn't occur to me at any point of time. And so I don't know. I was like looking back through old videos. I've started uploading a little bit on YouTube and I came across that video again and I was talking to my friend Bao, and we were talking about my hair and I was like, I don't know why I'm so tied to the idea of having hair. I've been working with a hairstyle the last couple months that I do not like. I liked the bangs and I liked the flip, but I liked my hair when it was shorter, but I was letting it grow because my bangs were in such a weird place because the minoxidil and the little growth pattern around the perimeter of my hair. And so I don't know, I was just ready for a change and I really loved having a shaved head. I do think that there was some issues with it initially where I was definitely fetishized quite a bit. I was much thinner then at that point. I think it was like a 10, 12. And I used to get so much fetish comments. I used to, like, when I was still dating a lot during that time, I actually stopped dating because of what I used to get in my conversations on Tinder and all of those websites, but haven't talked about this too much, but I have been celibate since then. I think maybe I had one relationship after that, but it was very small and short and nothing serious. And so it's been about 8 years since I've dated men specifically. I am pan, so it's not something that I'm tied to, but that's kind of my overall thoughts. I also think that I'm just like, once I was in the middle of, I wish I had that video, guys, I'm so sad. But once I was in the middle of shaving my head, I was like, where was this person? This is the person that I remember. This is the person that I connect with. I feel like I was starting to feel like I wasn't myself. My gray hair was beautiful, but I think it felt like I was keeping it for other people unless I was personally attached to it. I felt like I should have the gray because I'm over 40. I feel like the gray hair, I used to get so many comments about it being beautiful and, oh my God, I love your hair. And I just felt like I was doing it for other people at a certain point. And I don't know. And I think maybe I was like, well, I'm over 40. I shouldn't have a shaved head at that point. I think I'm too old to have a shaved head. I think that I have to have a more presentable hairstyle. I'm not really sure what was going through my mind, but as soon as I decided to make the decision to shave my head, I felt so good in the moment. And when I was shaving it, I felt good. My hands were shaking. I was trembling. If you watch that first video, it was like right after I shaved my head and I was still nervous and the energy was spiking. But then I went on a walk and I just felt so powerful. I feel so cute. I feel so good. I'm not wearing anything on my face. I am there is a filter. But I immediately felt better. I tried on this new set that I got in from Old Navy and I put it on and I immediately felt cute. I was just like, I immediately feel like myself. I think hair is such a form of self-expression. And for me, having a partially shaved head was part of my self-expression for years. I used to have a mohawk in college. I've always had crazy hair. And I think my hair just felt a little too normcore, if you will. I think if you're more on the alternative side of things, you'll probably understand that. I also recently took out my nose ring because I do not wear a lot of gold, and it was gold. I think I may get a new one in silver at some point. I really want to go to Bond Hardware in Williamsburg. I think they're located, so I might do that at some point. I'm happy with it out right now. It's not a big deal. I just think that my eyes pop so much more without my hair. And I feel like there is such a stigma against bald heads. I think specifically with women, we're taught that hair makes us feminine, but I feel more feminine with a shaved head. I miss having my long nails. I was looking back at that video. I might post it. I've been trying to edit it shorter because it's 15 minutes long, but maybe I'll cut it up in two. But I used to have long nails. Nails used to be my thing. And then I just stopped wearing them because I'm always on set. They're tedious. They're expensive also. That was part of the reason I stopped. But I just immediately started feeling, I feel more feminine. I feel more sexy immediately. I was not feeling that way at all. And I think I might do a Substack on this as well. But I also think plus people specifically were a little afraid of shaving our heads or having short hair in general because we think the long hair feminizes us a little bit, makes us look more sexy. It's also more flattering cut. And I just cannot get behind that. I think that as soon as you remove the hair, it actually brings out your bone structure way more. Like I feel like my cheekbones are way more defined now. I don't know. I feel really good. I'm glad I did it. And I'm very excited to explore this a little bit more with makeup and just playing with style and fashion and all of that. And I haven't felt that way in a while. So excited to be back. And if you have any questions regarding the head shaving, I have a pair of clippers that I used that I ordered on Amazon. So I may do a whole video on it. I don't know the actual guard or any of that because it was just the one that was on there currently. I just shaved it. I think I prefer having a little bit of hair versus to the scalp, which is what I used to do, but that's so time consuming. This is way easier to do on your own without having to do a bunch of shaving cream and all of that. So that was a different person. Also, now that my hair is whiter and grayer, it looks a little blonde, which is also kind of cute. But that's it. I will see you in the next one.